that's better. If it's dark, it's on purpose. I hate the shine in my face. Anyway, I was on here before. I was doing a live video down on the James River. And I promised you I would come back live later. So hopefully you can hear me. And we have a neighbor on here. I know a lot of people are kind of pissed off because they ask me constantly, when are you going live again? And what day do you do it? What time do you do it? I don't know. I just don't have it really laid out. And hear you from West Point. Oh. Rehab for 6 weeks, bad infection in my left knee replacement. Oh, geez. That's awful. Yeah, I noticed your lawn was pretty long there, Kimberly. Should get your daughter out there. And anyway, had a nice ride today. It's about the only day I get off, so. And we have somebody from Louisiana. How's my work going? Busy. It's been busy. It's kind of like the sort of busy where it's ongoing and you just go from one person to another and answer questions. So it's been a lot, but it's okay. Now you catch me live, Sarah. Melissa worked for Harley. Okay. Yeah, the bike I showed today is my Triumph. It's a 900cc twin, and it's got plenty of speed. My other one's it's over 100 horsepower. So my other one is like a rocket ship, so there's no problem with speed there. Keeping it on the ground takes some effort, but this other bike, there's like no problem. I mean, people say, well, why did you want, one that was a little bit less than your other one? But I've been riding since I was 15, and I can tell you as an experienced rider that horsepower and speed are not what you look for in a bike, believe it or not. It all depends on the purpose. So the more experience you get, the more you understand that each bike has its purpose. And power, speed. I remember growing up when all street bikes were from the 250cc range to about the 500. Nobody had over 500 cc's for a bike on the roads. It just now we have this need for speed, and you've got these bikes that should be on tracks out there, and a lot of guys get killed because it's so much temptation, and they're fast, and you know. Let me just see what you wrote here. Um, Tasha says that career change is coming for me, nervous and anxious. They might be better than you expect. Right. Melissa says bright house lights. Yeah, lights are important, especially here, because if I'm going down the road at night, I've got a million deer running around. But I send them telepathy signals, that I'm coming through. I'm actually quite used to it because down my driveway, I have deer running out left and right next to my bike, and, it's just like an obstacle course. Years and years ago, Honda 50. Yeah, I used to have a 70 when I was growing up. Um, well, the one thing that I did have was a lot of training in motocross when I was younger, so I used to do cross tracks, trails, forests, jumps, going off a 20-foot jump, stuff like that, and I think all the riding I did out in the dirt really made me a much better street rider because, people think dirt's soft. Oh, no. There were rocks, you get thrown off your bike. And I used to even ride in the snow. I used to ride in deep snow up there and slipped on the ice many times. And I was a little bit younger then, but anyway, I just turned 21 this year. So just kidding. Mentally, hunting stores sell them. I'll have to look at bright ass lights. Okay. I actually was going to put some fog lights on there, but I will look those up. Gravel, I have a gravel driveway. I'm kind of used to it. It kind of wakes you up. I actually I've trained people to ride and to go through their safety course, and the last person that I was training, she was in shock because I trained her in the field. So here she is, driving a Honda 500 in the field through obstacles, and we get out there, the grass was wet, and she's like, "Well, I can't do this." And I said, "Yeah, you can." And she said, "Yeah, but this is dangerous." I said, "Yeah, so's the road. If you can perform these maneuvers on the grass and it's slippery and you can do stops and you can swerve and all that and you can stay upright, then you'll be prepared for the road." And so after about a month or so, um, she was ready for the course, passed, and did really, really well. And then after that, we worked on more techniques, and then we worked on the road. And so today, she's a very safe, skilled rider, and I feel good about that. So, um, Arizona desert. Cop told me to ride it in the middle of the lane, not in the side of the road. Yeah, it's a good idea. It depends. One of the problems right now is these people are putting tinted windows in their car that are nearly black. And stupid law, stupid choice. They shouldn't have allowed it. And you cannot see in front of you. You cannot see what's happening in front of you. I had a truck with fully black windows, just jammed on his brakes, and fortunately, I was prepared, but I had to sit in the side of the lane to look what was in front of him, and of course, the person's, like, sitting there, I don't know, the stupid thing, they put their phone in front of their face. I don't get that because there is something called a phone holder you can put on your dashboard in your car, but they hold the phone in front of their face. I don't see the relevance, and you cannot see through the tinted windows what they're doing. They're dangerous. So I'm not very pro into that, and I've had some near misses, but yeah, and that was going like 75 on the highway. He's sitting there tailing people. You can't see through the window, so I'm sitting there looking on the side of him and, just had to be in that position. But, let's see. What about survivors' part in the Moscow, Idaho 4? Do you think at least one of them knows more than they're saying? The survivors' part? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Let's see. Sarah Kirk asks, I was at the Yorktown place a couple weeks ago. Do you think there was a young woman from France there, a nurse who fell in love with a young soldier? I don't know. I think this woman was a little bit older, but I don't think French. She looked English or Scottish, kind of reddish reddish blonde hair, very fair skin. My daughter doesn't ride, but my daughter's, ridden on the back before. She's a little afraid of riding, which is probably good. I mean, you have to be real alert, and, teens are kind of like, sitting there in a daze, and you gotta be really focused on what you're doing. Um, yeah, Murata, um, I'm not sure what you mean by survivors. Maybe that's new news that came out about the Idaho thing? Uh, so beach butterfly. My friend's daughter died violently recently. Was an accident, like her partner said. She was 27, mom of 2. Oh my god. I think an accident, or at least that's what I'm getting. So, Candace, do you think my granddaughter named India wants me to call her? She is 14. I can't tell how she feels about me. I think so. I don't think she has a lot to say, but I don't think she'd be against the call. Sarah, so you said survivors in place of what you might think of the surviving roommates. What? Still don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. BF has been subpoenaed. Who's that? Um, so there were 2 survivors in the Idaho murders. They were in the house when the 4 got murdered. Yeah, but they're not survivors. They're surviving, but did they really know what was going on, or were they not targets? That's the thing. I mean, honestly, when somebody goes about doing that kind of thing, you're not gonna want any kind of witnesses, right? I mean, even if you're an idiot, you're not gonna want people there who have seen it. For some reason, I feel that the people who did this might have known about them being there. In fact, one of the doors was partially open when this was going on. Um, so I do feel like a connection there. I have Dora. Wondering if I will be able to buy a house in the future or any messages. Um, I think a couple years, Dora. Are you in Florida? I don't know why I was getting Florida for some reason. I have Laura, I'm trying with cats protection to catch a roaming tomcat who was hurt. Do you think we will get him soon? You're trying with cats protection. I don't know what that is. Um, yeah, so anyway, with the Idaho thing, some people are surprised. So the only update that I can tell you is that the Brian guy I don't think was the only one there or involved in this, actually. Um, I do see a connection to one of the people, at least one of the people, and the roommates, and possibly could have been a roommate of one of them in the past. Not at this place, but somewhere else. So it's food for thought, but I actually think there's more connection to these people who were murdered and the suspects. And the fact that they just have one suspect right now is pretty stupid in my book. I think there were at least 3. And I'm not convinced this Brian person did it, actually. Um, Ash Lane, yes, we all have spirit guides around us. I think to connect with spirit guides around you is to have some interest or something that brings them towards you. So, whether it's an interest in some kind of music, things that are kind of like inspirations for you, and then to focus on what kind of guides are around you. And don't think of physical people either. Think of the energy of that spirit guide. Jenny Yates, she's 62, have had a severe terror of water to the point I freak out from water in the shower. Oh my God. I'm not sure if that's a past lifetime thing with you, Jenny. For some reason, it feels like a phobia brought on by something else. Back to Laura, you said Cats Protection is a charity here. Oh, okay. They would have to be somebody with traps in order to trap the cat. That would be the only way. Um, and we have Deborah, she's 68. Want to know if I'll start divorce proceedings soon. I get around July. Um, Dora lives in Phoenix. Someplace quite hot in the summer. I have apple pie. My Venus astro chart says a new love either in 2023 or 2029. Can you pick the one that is most accurate? Not really. I probably need to know your first name, age, and that would probably give me more information. I have Jen. Any pregnancy again in my future? Not right now, Jen. I have Mel Yaz. Will the CRPR gene editing technology help with my son Brian's mental illness? Hmm. It's possible, but maybe more than just one time. I have somebody with a missing son. It's been 5 years now. Do you think he'll ever be found? I'd have to do that as a reading. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Um, Dee's boyfriend is supposed to be BK's drug dealer. Well, there were drugs involved and drug deals going on. I think, I think that the Brian guy was kind of involved with, the substances, but the weird thing is he didn't have a lot of connection to them. I have Jan, um, no, it says, "Your name is Kathleen. I'm 54. I have a lot of health issues. I was wondering if you see any hospital stays this year." Hard for me to say. If so, not really long ones. I have, Maggie, well, her sister Patricia, 69, regain her strength from recent debilitating illness, which is delaying surgery for cancer. Some of her strength, yes. I have Shaolin 56 from Cape Town. Happening in the next few months. I saw something about a male around you, but I guess some talk about May to June about a move or something like that, maybe work related. Sorry about your knee, Kimberly. Like I said before, I don't think they should be following or doing any more surgeries on you. None. Not for a long time. I have Kelly Higgins. I have a reconstructive surgery in May, covering from breast cancer. Results, I feel good. Yes. Ooh, let's okay. Just going from one question to another. I have okay, let me go to Melissa K. I've been honestly sleuthing for many years in my town due to deep-seated corruption and crimes against children, registered offenders. One of many groups harassing me. How am I known to them? I I got call list for some reason, and then I got an association with parents. So, okay. I have Paula. She's 62. Do you see me in a relationship ever again? It's kind of a hard thing. I go a few years down the line. I think that 2024 holds something possibly for relationships, I think. I have Julie, 54, in Australia. Is there a new partner for me? And if so, when do you think? Honestly, I don't feel till you're about 56, Julie. So if you want sooner, I think you could, but right now I think it could be a couple years off. I have Gabriella. Been having a hard time taking a full breath. I believe it may be anxiety, but it could be allergies too, Gabriella. An indoor allergy, actually. And I have, I think it's Shiva. Your son, Kane 24, has a mysterious debilitating condition. Can you see what may help him? I'm not sure, but I think it's medically oriented, and I think it's some kind of rehabilitation that they do. So nothing out of I think the medical realm. My heart is if you can pick up anything to help. Always use first names. First names ages are helpful. I have Joni 53. Seeming a relationship. You have to reach out for a relationship, Joni. I'm not feeling you do. So it's up to you. I see that so much nowadays. Oh my God. I mean, I talk to people like every day. Why be in a relationship? I'm like, well, you have to get off the couch. And they're like, well, you know, one of the things that I find is these people are looking for their obsession. They're looking for this connection. And I'm trying to tell them, you know what? That person is not good for you. So if you want a reliable relationship, don't look for the impulse or that connection part because more times than not, that's when they fail at the relationships and they go through the same thing over and over again. So, um, let me just look here. So, I have Teresa. My best friend's Will my best friend dog Clifford come back, or is he with me from heaven? I don't know what you're asking me. Um, I have Dawn. She says, "I am new. First live to catch you here. It's my first time too." No, I'm just kidding. Do you see me healing and finding peace from tragic sudden death of my husband? I do. Um, you know what? He honestly wouldn't want you uh, to take too much time just healing, but to spend more of your time living, right? I have MK Karen M. Can I answer a legal question? Sure, as long as I'm not involved in it. Do you see my husband and I winning a lawsuit come September? Mm, I'm getting a no, but maybe that will help change your angle on it. I don't know what Venus return is. Um, Sorry, Teresa, but you gave me your name and you gave me your age. Okay, and we're talking about relationships, right? I'm actually getting 2026. If that would confuse you more, that's what I'm getting. Um, how many people are on? Oh, 65. And MJP was asking me a question. I'm just scrolling up a little. Okay, so MJB was asking about her son, right? Yeah. Okay, let me scroll down. Hold on. I think it's pretty much as I said. I think this is medically related, and they would honestly be the ones to handle that. But I mean, I don't see a way to help him other besides getting medical help. I have Deborah, 32 years. Do you see my career taking off at a current job? A little frustration, maybe. A little frustration of being held back. I guess something about October, November is possibly something a little better. Um, wow, this just I have Kimberly Allen. When will my daughter Bailey, age 30, finally leave and sell her house? I don't know, but I got I got January actually of this next year. Somebody was asking if I think the perpetrators in the Idaho 4 have a military background. I don't think so. I think they have a criminal background. I have Claire, who's 23. I'm going through unaccepted breakup with Daniel, 25, who's being very distant. Can you tell what happened or have advice? Quirky, a little bit of ego and just playing you a little bit. I don't think anything happened, but I would give him the choice. Either he comes clean with what's going on or you move on. But I don't know if it's over somebody else, but I think just his emotion just seems like he's too much into himself and he should communicate with you. I have Diana F. Your daughter Hannah is 28, getting ready to try for her second child. Will she be? I was getting a boy. Successful, yes, I think so. Um, God, okay. I have Teresa. Well, my lawyer, Miss so get the back child support Oscar owes me for my twins soon. Hmm. I'm not feeling good forward movement in that, so I'm a little skeptical about getting the support you want. I have Jennifer. Will my son Robbie, 41, find a mate soon? Be happy in love. Not soon. I see about age 43, possibly. Or possibly March of next year. Um, I have Kenneth Park. Uh, I haven't seen my kids in 3 years. There was a lot of heartache and pain. Do the kids ask about me, and are they okay? The kids are okay, and I do believe if you have a son, I do believe that the kids do ask about you. I have Nanette, 58. Is it too soon to get a puppy? It's never too soon to get a puppy. I don't think right now is a great time, but I'm feeling like September, October, maybe. On the other hand, I almost feel like you wait a year. I have Michelle, 59, from California. Will I ever be able to leave my beagle alone? Uh-oh. What's the beagle doing? Have you ever thought about a companion dog? Might be an idea. That dog is very smart and um, acts out through you and manipulates you a lot, I feel. I can just see that face. So maybe a companion dog might be good. Oh, let's see. I have is it ISOF? Something, you're 58. Do you see if I'll win my lawsuit later this year? It might have to go back to court again. So you might have a long ride until after the first of the year. But I see 2 and possibly 3 times. I have Kathy. Do you think there will be a turnaround in all the evil going on in today's world? Well, unless people, you know, really start speaking out about what's going on, and, I mean, the corruption that I see every time I see a little news highlight or something like that, I mean, we're being manipulated and lied to by people in very high office right now. So, will it change? Not really, because people just, you know, they don't have the balls anymore to do anything about it. I have, Marcia, 44. Will my relationship with my mother ever be repaired? Well, I don't know if it's just your relationship that needs the repairing with her or the way that she really sees things about you and about people, and also the way that she's been hurt too. So there's a lot intertwined with your relationship. I don't think it's just the two of you. I think she's had some hurt in her life, especially with men. Um, I have Karen, 66. Do you sense I'll be able to move back to California from New York City? Entering new career as a curator. How can I maximize getting out of New York City? I don't have the money now. Well, if you don't have the money now, how are you gonna move back to California? That place is just as expensive. Um, I think June holds some promise money-wise for you. I have Kristen Wilkins. You ever see me getting the inheritance that was stolen from me? Not really, but there is a possibility if you really work on it. I was getting a number 6, which could mean the 6th month of the year. That would be June. Hold on. This just jumped. Okay. Trying to hold. Our one with the beagle said bad separation. I can't be with other dogs. Um, well, I mean, separation anxiety with animals, yes, I've dealt with that a lot. Um, Beagles are kind of pack animals, they go with the pack. And if there's a dog it can't be around, then there's maybe another dog, or possibly it needs to go in boarding around other dogs. Um, and also might get along with some that are male as opposed to female, that kind of thing. So you have to play around with it. But, anxiety and separation anxiety, okay, and this has to go into bigger animals too, because I trained horses, and we have to be the leader, and we have to be the pack leader. And dogs do very well when they have a job and when you're implementing a job for them. So if you can in your training that it's supportive training, but you're also being the leader. and you're being the leader among them, and that can help some a lot of times with separation and anxiety, but it takes a lot of training. I had horses that couldn't work solo away from other horses. Well, I had to really work on it, and it if you're not in control of them, they're gonna control you. Just the way it is. Um, some of these do qualify for readings, people talking about getting money back in compensation. Then I have Don, you replied about, get on with living. I haven't had a good quality life for many years before he died. It could take a couple of years, Don, to kinda get your life back and to start with a new one. It won't be instant. And I definitely recommend at least an effective therapist or somebody to talk to. I know therapists don't always help, but there are some good ones that, have been dealing with losses and deaths and stuff. Or they should have some experience of PTSD. I have Deborah 68 have one more question. Will I be financially independent and live a comfortable life? What I should do is do probably some live readings with people and then we can just play them. It'll probably be easier because right now I'm up to 72 people. Um, Deborah, it's going to take about a year, I feel, to be more independent financially. So it's not right away. Kathy, will I get my money from my dad's trust soon? Hmm. I'm getting like November. Um, hold on, let me see. Back to Karen, who was talking about moving out of New York City. Um, as a curator, it's interesting. There's a couple states that come to me. One was Kentucky and possibly Florida, but you definitely should do some research of that. But it does feel south. Why Kentucky? I don't know. Yeah, so I mean, just with animal behavior, I've seen it all. I mean, I've run a farm for since I was like 25. I've taken care of people's animals, horses. I've trained my own horses. I've worked with dogs. I've worked with all sorts of animals, and all I can say is that in order to train them, you really have to think like an animal, you can't be a human. If you see what horses do to each other, they'll kick and bite and smash into each other to gain control of each other. They're pretty brutal. Hold on one sec. I've got an update on here that I've gotta get rid of. I hate when that happens. But, I lived alone for so long, out in the woods, working with animals, getting up every day, till I was blue in the face, trying to train them, trying to do things, and, it was a lot of trial and error for many, many years, you know? But same as, dogs with, phobias and anxieties and stuff like that, we have to examine whether we're actually making the problem worse or better. More likely, we're making the problem worse by something we're doing. Um, hold on, I'm trying to go back. Hi, Brenda. Brenda keeps waving at me. Well, your health's probably doing okay if you're on here listening to me, right? I guess something about leg joints. So I get something of, leg joints, problems with that. Also in the lower back, I get some stiffness with you. I'm not seeing anything major. Did you have a surgery? Because I see a scar in your abdomen. Um, you have glucose intolerance, I feel, or something about glucose. So be careful. Mom's side, I feel there's some diabetes, so be careful in the future about blood sugar. Um, I have Jennifer, 37. What are you seeing health wise from my dad, David, 66? Bell's palsy, any other? Face over time may go back not completely normal, I feel. The other concern I was getting was about his throat for some reason. So that might be something to be looked at. Um, let me see. Let me go. Um, Rebecca says, "Will my dog stop barking at people as she matures?" Age 1, yeah, you got about 3 more years to go. Um, I'm just looking at what Brenda was. Um, and then I have, before you close your live, you look nice today wearing your simple sweatshirt. I was cold when I got home. Did not say that for reading answer. Okay. We have somebody from Australia. Brenda answered back, "Thank God, several yes, celiac disease." Hmm. If your dog barks at your neighbors, then you should introduce your dog to your neighbors so that when the dog sees them, he won't bark as much. No, it's true. Dog's afraid of somebody. Dog is basically giving you a warning. I don't trust this. I don't trust them. I'm not, you know. So let your dog play with your neighbors a little bit, and then bring your dog back. Um, Grandma Kimberly, do you see me going to Door County in October with my sister? I don't know, Kimberly. It might be off this year. Um, let's see. You can see our scars. Yes. Do you want me to list yours? um, so somebody was asking about talking about the lost colony of Roanoke. Is that Roanoke Island? Is that because I think I've been there. Um, what's for dinner? There's I already had dinner. So Karen, is if you're a curator and you're trying to get back to a certain place, I would definitely, with your background, would be desired. I think for you, you should try to find a place that's a reasonable place to live first. And also feeling you would like warm weather, but it has to be someone that takes you seriously. And for some reason, I keep getting like Louisville or somewhere in Kentucky. I also got Alabama just to throw it out there. Um, and I did hear the word university as well. And I got a letter S in a entity's name. So if that means anything, um, okay, I have Jennifer. Can you say more about the throat issues from my dad? Not trouble with communication, but something about polyps or something like that. That's the only thing that came to me. Should you get a scan? No, not unless the doctors want to do something like that. It doesn't feel major right now. Um, I have Vicky. How? I'm 64. What makes my son non-communicative with me? Um, probably need his first name and his age. I have Robin O recovering from an auto accident and surgery. When do you think I'll be moving around better? Boy, it feels like moving around better. I feel like September maybe. My voice for meditation videos. Um, maybe. Um, anyway, I actually have to go in a sec. I have, Maria Cariello. Can you see anything related to my mother's health? She's Sierra, age 85. Watch out for stroke, one thing, and her left leg feels a little puffy around the ankle, so it is a little bit concern. I have Angie that's 40, supposed to get a promotion on May 1st. I hope you do. I kind of see it. So, successful long terms, I think. Um, sorry, Robino, but I think it will take a while. Let me see. Laura asking about the tomcat. I can't really see if you'll be successful catching the tomcat, but I'd give it a try. Because if I told you you won't be, would you try? So we have to give it all we can. Catching cats is really hard. I mean, I've got clients right now. I've done missing cat readings, and once they're out, they're out. The best thing is to lure them, is to bait and try to lure them back. Um, but uh, Terry, anything's possible, but watch out for your next one that you might meet because I think he drinks. Unless that's okay with you. Yeah, Laura, I would just try to gain trust, yes. Um I don't do messages from the deceased. I'm a physical medium, which means that I actually become that person when we're interacting, but they don't always have messages for us. That's stuff on TV, you know, like some of those people, personalities. Of course, we interact. When I do mediumship readings, I'm interacting with the person on the other side, or they're responding to things that you say, but they're not always trying to get messages to you. And I have more people walking in. Now we're up to 85, but I'm gonna actually have to go. But I've answered quite a few questions, and I don't know what. Let's see. Erlinda, will I control my systematic mastocyst? Not a doctor, so I don't know. Um, Laura, if he backed out of the trap, then he's too used to that trap. So have another trap and trick a little bit, and make sure. always make sure traps are disguised. That means sides closed, either cardboard, cloth, anything to cover the trap with. And also, if the trap is running one way for the entrance, switch it and make the entrance the other way. Sometimes the best traps actually are what we call drop traps. And that's something where actually there's a rope or something implemented and trap drops on them. You might also go to a fishing store and get a large net. And sometimes you have to you have to use some pretty hard tactics to try to catch them. So a net actually might not be a bad idea. Um, let's see. And Robin O, she has a question about Sasquatch. You're dating Sasquatch? Is that what you're saying? No, I'm just kidding. Um, well, I know they exist. I remember when I was younger, I did a lot of backpacking up in the mountains in California when I was younger. And I was in the area where they got the big footprint, it was the big house of the footprint, and also talked to rural people up there who had encounters with it. And I definitely felt an energy of something like that out there, and, I wouldn't doubt it. The only thing is we've never come up with a body, though. There's been some pictures, but no bodies. Um, Karen, you said, "I did not see on your Facebook when you announced the discounted readings for the first week of the month." So, Karen, I usually do them you can check my website. So go on my website and you'll see if there's a schedule active for the reading special. I actually may be discontinuing them soon and doing them on random sales, not every month, the first week of the month, but do them and announce them on Facebook. So I will let people know when I do that, but it's getting kind of hard because I'm getting booked up like a week ahead of time. And if I open up the sale right now for the first week of the month, it won't give anybody else a chance and who just take advantage who've already done readings with me before. So I'm trying to do it the best way possible, but I do announce it on Facebook. You might have just missed them. You have to go on the page to look. Um, and I've got to go. But I'm gonna end it there. And I have to tend to my own animals now, and I'm gonna put my ducks in every single night for about 30 years. I've always had to like walk behind my ducks and put them inside because they don't go in on their own. They're terrible. And then they sit there and laugh at you. I mean, ducks are just crazy. So everybody take care and we'll try this again soon.